So I had a patient ask me, does my posture have anything to do with my immune response, or they said that my immune system? And I think the reason they're asking this is because they had heard me talk about how chiropractic care can help their immune system and things like that. And so my answer to that, I told them, well, here, I'll shoot a video on it and you can see it. So my answer to that would be this. So your nervous system, your brain, your spinal cord, well, they actually are intricately connected to your immune system. Some of the most recent studies have actually shown that they are one. Years ago, we thought the brain was just this thing on its own, and then, you had your immune system, and then you had your other systems. But what they're finding is that the nervous system is actually one with the immune system. And that's why, like, if somebody has a stroke and they lose parts of the brain function, they get sick way easier. They get bacterial infections way easier, because it's actually a part of that nervous system response, right? That stimulates the adrenals, that stimulates the immune factors that will actually keep us strong. So your brain controls your brain controls your immune system. So if your brain has to connect to the rest of your body, it has to get to your heart, it has to get to your lungs, it has to get to all the immune organs, it has to go down the spinal cord, okay? And so if your spine is straight up and down, if it has a nice, from the side, nice curve from the side, it's going to be relaxed. It's not going to have constant physical stress. So if every joint in your spine is moving, it's not going to be physically stressed. But here's what happens. We sit at a computer all day long. We're like this, right? We have a car accident. We have an injury. We sleep on our stomach. We have, sports injuries. We have workout injuries. And then our kids are walking around with backpacks like this. We have cell phones. It's an onslaught of damage to our spine and to our posture of all the stuff that we do. So you have these chemical stresses, physical stresses, and emotional stress. They all impact your nervous system. And now your immune system becomes suppressed. So absolutely, posture has a huge impact on your immune system, and the reason is it's a physical stress on your nervous system. So watch this. When we go into a fight or flight response, this is really cool. When we go into a fight or flight response, the very first thing that happens is your epidural, the surrounding of your spinal cord, goes zoop, and it tightens up and it kicks everything else into gear. And so then your heart rate, blood pressure, all that stuff go up. Your cholesterol actually starts to increase. All these things happen. Heart rate goes up. All these things happen in that fight or flight response, but it starts with the stretching of the spinal cord. Well, watch this. So if you have a curve in your neck like this, and I take that curve and I go, whoa, and I straighten it, and that's what this is, by the way. If your posture's like that, you most likely have either loss of curve in the neck or loss of structure somewhere. And that takes that spinal cord and it stretches your spinal cord. It literally puts your body into a stressed response. It also, now biomechanically, all the weight of the head now goes right here. So guess what all these lower neck joints do? They lock up on you. If that stays that way for 10 or 15 years, you get disc degeneration. That's exactly how it happens. So they lock up on you and they create a stress response in that area. And now you have inflammation, you have irritation to the nervous system in that area, but it also creates a systemic stress response. And now you're in a constant fight or flight mode because of that physical stress in the lower part of your neck. But now watch, you're here, okay? And you want to see straight, but your neck's not, I'm hitting my mic here. You want to see straight, but your neck's not working. So now you're going to take your back and you're going to have to lean back like this. And now you're going to put all your upper body weight into your lower back. Guys, guess why the number one disc issue in your neck is this lower part of your neck? And the number one disc issue in your back is the very lower part of your back. It's because of our postural changes that we get where all the stress goes into. And then the final one that we get issues with is right in the middle back because of this. Okay? And each one of those creates a stress response in the body. Physical stress, our body doesn't know the difference. It goes into a fight or flight response. Immune system is suppressed. Boom, you get sick more often just because your body's in poor posture. So yes, sit up straight, but how many of you know that when you sit up straight like this, it lasts like 15 seconds and you're back like this? The reason that happens is because you're using the big muscles to sit up straight. Those big muscles fatigue very quickly because they're not meant to be held in one position for long periods of time. Your little bitty postural muscles are what holds you up. If you're like this all the time, they are trained to be here. You can't retrain them by doing this. You have to actually get those joints moving. That's what chiropractic here comes in. That's what we do. We adjust the spine, one of the main things we do. We adjust the spine, but then we teach you ways to retrain those muscles to get you back here and get everything moving. So absolutely, posture makes a huge difference. All right, you guys have an awesome day.